Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud. And this is the XXX Dirty 30, episode 14 recap. Dirty Little Backstabbers. You know what? I'll just say this. There's some good and some bad in this episode. The good is that, holy shit, we get a first full episode of the season. Like, this is the very first time we had a mission and an elimination. I mean, deliberation and elimination. Like, not, it's all like been chopped up to bits this season, where it's like, it's always cliffhangers. There's always, it's so weird. But hey, guess what? This is the first and probably only time we'll get a full episode. I'm guessing the next episode is going to be the redemption episode, and then we'll have our final. Doesn't that just seem weird? And if that's the case, whoever won this mission and whoever won this elimination that we're about to talk about for this episode, that means they're automatically in the final. Like, I feel like we should be feeling more about all of this. Plus, holy shit, we do not know shit, or the players don't know that they're playing for $1 million yet. Wasn't that that is a dirty thing TJ was pulling on us, saying like, guess what, this season's they're fighting for $1 million. And when I heard that, I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome. And then a second later he's like, but I'm not going to tell them, I'm not going to tell the players. And instantly I go soft. I'm like, no, there's no. I'm like, oh god, this is lame, this is a terrible idea. But he's like, no, I'm not going to tell him yet. So I'm hooked. Every episode I'm like, is this going to be the time that he's like, guess what, fucking straighten up and stop pushing each other or whatever. Nelson, don't do any of that yet because it's not worth $1 million. But no, Nelson is gone. Ashley is gone because she didn't have her luggage. If you would have just said immediately, TJ, this is for your share of $1 million, you never would have had all this other bullshit. And by bullshit, I mean, like, these are terrible things. Ashley Mitchell being gone right now, terrible. Nelson being gone for that, terrible. Had they realized what they're playing for, holy shit, you would have had a different season. And I'm saying that for the better. Yeah, I've liked this season. It's had its dip recently. But I'm just, oh god, I'm just getting so mad now. We don't know that shit yet. And fuck. And this is episode 14. And I swear to God, there's gonna be 2 more episodes left. That's how I feel. Redemption episode, and then the final. That'll be so fucking awkward, but whatever. Episode 14, Dirty Little Backstabbers. Oh my god, did I mention the bad part of this episode? Holy shit. No, I didn't. More instant redemption house bullshit. We already lost CT and Cara Maria to the redemption house. And I'll just, let's just say it right now. We're also going to lose Jordan and Veronica to the redemption house. Not only are those 4, okay, admittedly, Cara, CT, Jordan have performed very, very, very well. But so has Veronica in her own little way, especially in terms of the politics and the voting systems and shit, you know what I mean? Plus, she's won an elimination against a very good eliminator, Anissa. And anyways, though, this sucks. This is putting, I would say this is probably the best, the majority of them, to be in the redemption house. And why? Are the producers trying to like pimp out the redemption house? Like, it's not that cool. No. I feel like if you're gone, you're gone. First of all, like, I just don't like this idea anymore as it is. But now I think the object for the show, for the producers, are like, hey, guess what? We're going to, sure, the redemption house has been sort of lame, but now think forward. Include people into that redemption house. Send them in there. And if you don't send them in there, in terms of like nominate them for elimination. Now you can just send them in there no matter what. This is such a shortcut by the producers. This is such a desperate grab to make the Redemption House significant. They're trying to make fetch happen. That's a Mean Girls joke, a very dated joke, especially if you've ever seen Mean Girls. No one wants to admit that they've seen it, but if they do, well, Lindsay Lohan was pretty hot back in the day. Anyways, let's start with the mission. Backstabber. This is 600 feet above the ground. You're on balance beams. You run, and you have 3 targets. You can drop anyone else that you're running against. And, okay, TJ's like, hey, guess what? So whoever drops out of the heat is automatically redemption eligible. And then on top of that, the winners, whoever wins the male heat and women's heat, get to send in whoever they want up to elimination. So again, this is a very important mission because you have 2 huge decisions to make. And let's just see how this fucking plays out. Hunter and Camilla decide the heats because why? They won the eliminations earlier. This, of course, is the best of the worst. So now they get to decide how this shit goes down. Number 1, the men's heat. Let's do that. Derek, Bananas, Jordan. Who wins? It's Derek. He drops Jordan. Now Jordan's redemption eligible and, of course, gets sent in. But it's great because there's this little moment where Derek is like, Bananas, am I doing your dirty work now? And I'm like, holy shit, Derek, you're working with the producers to make a great show. Like, that was a great, like, why was that not in the trailer? Was that not in the episode preview? Like, that should be in the trailer of Derek just saying that. Like, am I doing your dirty work? Like, that's classic right there. Holy shit, because a lot of the time, I'll admit, whenever they're like, oh, that was a dirty move, I'm just like, no one talks like that. But this was a true statement or a true question by Derek to Bananas. Because honestly, what has Bananas done besides like, hey, I'm shaking hands with you guys? You know what I mean? Derek has done way more than Bananas. I'll say that. So it was a great moment. Should have been in the trailer. I mean, perhaps it was. I only watched it once because I don't want to get spoiled. So that would be a big spoiler if you saw that, I suppose. But hey, man, Jordan, redemption, eligible. Let's get to the second men's heat. It'll be Tony versus Hunter. Hunter wins. He drops Tony. That sucks because now he is redemption eligible, but they have a fucking alliance right now. This is good. 2 young bucks versus the older bucks. And Hunter now wins, ultimately. That's great. But let's cover the women's heat, the first one. Kayla, Jenna, Tori. I just remember, I'm like, holy shit, anyone could win. But Kayla is in the lead. And she's about to strike it. And I think Jenna she's a long person. Long ass arms. She strikes the target first, but not to get rid of Kayla. It's still, this is still a competition, and perhaps it would have been easier for her to strike the Kayla thing, but instead she strikes Tori. Tori is now redemption eligible. And right now I'm a little scared because I'm like, oh my god, no, not Tori and shit, because, I like her and whatnot. Number 2, the second women's heat, Brittany, Camilla, Veronica. Camilla gets there first, drops Veronica. Now, she's as good as gone because she's going to be going to the redemption house, that Veronica. But Camilla says it was on accident. She was trying to drop Brittany. And I think that's, like, hilarious. But, like, also, that's tragic. That really is tragic because I don't want Veronica to leave. Like, I'd be better seeing Brittany leave. to be honest with you. So, anyways, TJ is like, hey, guess what? There's winners, and Hunter and Jenna, you guys win, and I'm like, holy shit, Hunter, way to fucking go! Like you have been such an underdog lately, and the fact that you not only did you win, but you also beat the other underdog, even though he's won 3 times previously. Derek is just like, God damn it, what is the most iconic underdog you could think of? Rudy? No, I don't know. I don't want to reference Rudy because I've never seen the film yet. I think I've heard basically what it's all about the entire time. But what is Derek? Whatever, fuck it. Anyways, Derek has always been that underdog, but he performs and he ends like he is great. He is one of the greatest of all time. But he's so like even in his place in the JEK alliance, no one ever said the JEKD or the DJEDK. Wait, no, that was an extra D. There was 2 Ds, double Ds. But it's never happened. I'm just saying that Hunter beat Derek. This is great because otherwise we know goddamn well Hunter was going to go in there somehow. So now TJ's like, hey, guess what? This is time for the Redemption House to seem cooler. So who are you going to send in against CT and Dario and all that shit? So they're like, Hunter, he sends in Jordan. He could have chose between. No, he's never gonna choose Tony. This is finally his chance for revenge against Jordan. Like he did what he came back to do. Jesus Christ! Like Hunter came back and did exactly what he wanted to do. Did Tony? Who sent Tony in? I don't remember. But Tony's a redemption dude. Hunter's a redemption dude. You know what I mean? Like Hunter now is just like, you're fucking going in, Jordan. You piece of shit. And that's exactly what happens. Jordan's going to go in. And then Jenna decides to go and throw in Veronica. This sucks because I like them both. And it just, I don't like this decision at all. I don't like this instant redemption house bullshit. But it's here. It's real. And yeah, Veronica's going in. Because Jenna, of course, is working with Tori. We all know this. This is great, by the way. I love this trifecta. Tori, Kayla, and Jenna. It's great. Because this is basically, they are succeeding where the male trifecta rookie people failed. Corey, Nelson, and Hunter. You know what I mean? Like, that's nuts. All right, so, yeah. I'm mad right now. Jordan, Veronica just have to go to the Veronica house, the Redemption House. And once you get there, it's even worse because holy shit! Remember, there's Cara Maria there, and it's funny because I haven't been the best Cara Maria fan out there. I'm sure I could do better, but really, she could be doing better too. Like, not okay. She performs. She performs great, and she perfumes even better, but she is humorless. Now, for me personally, when it comes to, I don't know what I'm getting at, but like humor is a sort of a thing, whether you like it or not. But when I see a girl who's like, you know, she has no sense of humor, she has no sense of like looking at it big picture, like this is just a game, that is such a turnoff. And, you know, I'm not the sort of dude like, come on, smile, baby. Like, you look prettier when you smile. I'm not that guy. But holy shit, Cara Maria is just so pissed off at Jordan for sending her into the Redemption House. Meanwhile, CT is not. He's just like, hey, you know, it's the fucking game, you know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? You know, it's fucking bullshit. But like, he's so laid back, he doesn't care. But Cara Maria does. She does so much that she tries to pull a Tanya via Inferno 2 and tries to take Jordan's clothes and throw them in the pool. And I'm like, oh shit, Cara, give us something here. Put it, you know, like, let's see, what do you do? And it's so lame. She sets the bag, the duffel bag, whatever, onto the water, and and it floats. And Jordan comes down and he grabs it and he's like, "Thank you, Under Armour." And it's just like, oh, Car, you couldn't even do that right. Like, I don't know. I just don't like you. Whatever. But you know what? She doesn't care. And you know how I know? Because that's exactly her mind. You know, she's so serious about this shit. There's no like she's super bad. Before she set the clothes in the pool, she was taking his bags out immediately after him setting him down and like putting him outside into the hall. Like, okay, you're gonna sleep on the couch, right, and shit. And oh, this was horrible. Like, I don't know about you guys. If there's some car fans out there, like, did you like, no, yeah, she's within her rights and stuff. Like, you know, she's right to be mad. And I would say, you know what, this I don't see it. I don't know. I tend to take the CT part of it. Cara Maria, whatever. This is a personal dig. That's all it is. Yeah. You know what, Cara Maria fans, if you're out there, and I'm sure you are, forget I said anything. Oh shit. I'll just say this. Jordan, when he's there, he's like, "Hey, Cara, no one wants to run a final with you. Bananas, Derek, Leroy, Tony, nobody wants to run a final with you. Like, we'd rather." I think she's like, "Oh, you'd rather run a final with Camilla?" And Jordan's like, "Yes." Even though that is bullshit right there. Jordan said, "Running a final with Camilla absolutely makes my skin crawl." And then he said the same thing about Cara Maria in this episode. So Jordan, come on, dude. Like, good lines, but you got to remember the shit that you've already used. It doesn't look good. I mean, back-to-back episodes, too. Like, spread that shit. Make one episode in between. Perhaps if there was a redemption episode before that, you know, like, oh, shit. Just keep in mind next time. But, yeah, here we go. We have, this is bad. I hate watching it because I'm like, oh, god damn it. You guys are Simone and Shane right now. You know, remember Shane Reigns and Simone? They got in that huge fight. And that was ugly, too. Sure, there was no glass being shattered or blood. There was just ego. And I would say that was Cara's. You know, like, she just came off bad to me. I'll drop it right now. Let's get into deliberation in the main house. What I would prefer to talk about anyways. And now it's Hunter and Jenna. They get to decide who goes in now and who's now up to the elimination. Let's see here. Derek. Okay. Hunter votes in Derek. I don't even remember their reasonings at all. I remember the whole time I'm like, why not Bananas? Like, throw him in, you know? I remember being anxious. I'm like, god damn it, why isn't... That is a more direct shot. Put in Bananas no matter what. But perhaps Tony told Hunter, like, listen, if I have to go into elimination, I'd rather go against Derek than Bananas. Maybe that's what it was overall. Because now, of course, Derek and Tony, they're working together, and rightfully so. So Derek's going in, and then Jenna votes in Camilla. Hunter's like, he straight up says, like, Kayla, I wish I would have, I wish I could have voted in your ass, you piece of shit. But I gotta agree with Jenna, who wins now, because, Jenna and Kayla are best goddamn friends, and that's never gonna happen. So he's like, I can't risk us going in because we can't agree. So I'm gonna go with Camilla. And it's great because, Camilla starts yelling again and shit like that. And, well, that's not great. But what Jenna says about, people mistake my kindness for weakness. And I just got to say, that is a line that it's true for her, but it's also true for myself. I've been in some fist fights in my life, and it's mostly because, the whole kindness for weakness. I don't come off as like super aggressive at all. So there's some guys who are just like, I gotta beat up on somebody. Like, let's look at that. That guy's smiling. Let's go after him. That piece of shit. So I have to defend myself. I gotta fucking put up my deuce and shit like that. I gotta fuck people up. And so the fact that Jenna says this line, I'm like, yes, Jenna, you are fucking great. Like, even though she is not the smartest person in the world, her simple little sayings, these lines that you've heard since you were a kid, work and are still, they're tried and true. They're not going anywhere. So good for Jenna, Yeah, Camilla's going in. She throws in a. Oh shit! She tries to call out Tori. She's like, "Oh, you're a nasty woman," and I'm like, "Nasty woman." Like, isn't that what Trump said about Hillary? Like, I was like, why do I feel like this is getting topically political in some way? And I remember Tori, she just really had enough, because I think even after the deliberation back and forth, Camilla shows up in the bedroom again where Kayla, Jenna, and Tori are all hanging out. And Camilla's just like, why would you do that? Like, she just wants to get in there some more. And that's exactly what Tori said. She's like, I've had it with you. You are the worst. You want to put it over the edge and make it personal. And Camilla, being Camilla, she's like, what? Oh, you want to make it personal? And you're like, no. I said, I don't want to, because Camilla is gone. Her mind is gone. There are people that cannot be saved. And, Camilla, even at, how old is she? How old is Camilla? I want to say for some reason, I want to say she's 26, but I don't think she is. But she goddamn could be, because I want to say she started in the spring break challenge, but then had her rookie season at Cutthroat. And how long ago was that? That was a while. And how old was she then? Because spring break, that was in Tijuana, and she was clearly drinking. She's been clearly drinking her entire life. So I don't know how to age her, if you will. Anyways, holy shit, Tori yelling back at Camilla. That was another amazing part, because finally, Kayla will kind of be like, stop, Camilla, no, stop. And Jenna's like, oh, God, okay, well, I'm glad that I made the decision to throw you in. So there, you know what I mean? That's how they come back. But Tori actually is like, you put, she says the truth. I already said what she said before, but anyways, yeah, it was great. Go, Tori. Let's get into the elimination. And this is great. It's called The Real World, where you got to jump over the giant spools and then, pull the rope. But you could also hop on top like a goddamn hamster wheel. It was great, man. But let's get into who versus who. Tori pulls the double cross, puts in Brittany versus Camilla. Spares Kayla, obviously. So Brittany and Camilla. And then Tony puts in Bananas versus Derek. It was just between him and Bananas. Bananas couldn't pull it. So now these are two titans, Bananas and Derek. This is crazy. Let's get into Brittany and Camilla right away. Oh my God, the ship sank immediately. I liked Brittany leading up to this, and I feel like my other co-hosts have as well. But she just let me down this elimination. She couldn't get over the spool to begin with, and then she was tiring out. And she was like, I gotta vomit and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe, you've been winning eliminations. I think she's won 2 so far. This might be her 3rd overall, but I don't know. I guess I forgot all about that because she was just performing so badly. And then Camilla, of course, is very talented. We all know this. There's a trade-off with Camilla. She's like, either I can be an extreme, huge asshole and perform very horribly, or I can... Wait, no, I did that wrong. Either way, Camilla is a terrible person, but a great professional at the challenges. So eventually Camilla figures it out. Brittany, you're gone. Brittany, she's mad at Tori, but it doesn't matter. She's going to the redemption house. I feel nothing because TJ says, guess what? Well, you still have a chance to come back. So you're just like, okay, well, that was fun. Maybe, yeah, we'll see you later, Brittany. So now we'll get down to Bananas and Derek. And Bananas is amazing at first. Like Derek, Derek's pretty fast. He's diving over it, but Bananas, he jumps on top of the spool, starts running it immediately like a hamster. He goes on for what looks like forever. He looks great, in fucking great shape, so it seems. Derek, he looks over, he's like, holy shit, like this, what does he say? He's like, I'm taken aback right now. Like this guy who's won 6 already, he's relentless right now. He's coming up with this and that on how to do this, how to approach this thing. And it was great because I'm like, Derek and Bananas, you guys work together all the time. But even then, Derek's just like, even keel. He's like, no, this person, whether I like him or not, know him for years or not, he's performing shockingly well. So, but in a weird twist of events, Bananas tires out. At first I thought he was being so cocky. He's like, oh, I'm so ahead. I'm gonna, walk away from the device, the contraption, and like lean on my knees a little bit and be like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I don't know if I could possibly go on. Wink, wink. I thought that's what he was gonna do. I'm like, Bananas, you son of a bitch! Don't you disrespect Derek? He's a friend and shit like that. He's the silent D of the JEK Alliance. And but this was not an act. This wasn't a ploy. This wasn't some sort of like wink, wink to the audience. Like, yeah, I meant for this to happen. This is a political move or whatever. He was tired, and Derek kept going, and so then Bananas, like, he summoned up the strength and he got back up on the wheel. And then it ends with the funniest thing ever. Bananas falling head first in slow motion, like, no, like that. And then Derek on top of the wheel running until the rope crosses the line. There, it ends. And it was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. I haven't seen Bananas gas out like that since Rivals 2. And that's when CT and West were like mocking him and shit like that. It was great. But yeah, that's the end. That's the end of the episode. Bananas and who else lost? Brittany are gonna go to the Redemption House. But right now we have only Hunter, Tony, and Derek. And then for the women, we have Kayla, Jenna, Tori, and Camilla. I don't think there's 17 episodes this season. I think there's... What episode is this? I don't even know. Was this episode 14? Where am I? Yeah. I think there's only going to be 16 episodes, and that's a lot in itself. So, I don't know. But... You know what else that means? If I'm right, we're not going to have a 3-day final. God damn it. Waste of time. Just go to the 1-day final already. And honestly, I think that's what's going to happen. Just the way these seasons have been playing out, or this season has been playing out, these episodes. But yeah, there you go. I really like this episode, full episode. It sucks for Veronica and Jordan, and crazy that Brittany's out. Not so crazy. I mean, Camilla is like, I think had it been Camilla versus Kayla or Tori or Jenna, then who knows what could have happened. But Brittany overall is probably good that she's gone, because now we only have the cream of the crop for the women right now. And then with Derek and Bananas, like, holy shit, that is crazy. I know Bananas isn't the best at eliminations. I want to say he's 50-50. I could be wrong. Either he was close to being 50-50 and now he is, or he was at 50-50 and now he's like, more than that. Math. Use your math, kids. But not on a podcast. What else? But that's it. You know what? That's fucking it. That's all I got to say about it. Battle of the Challenges podcast. Like, subscribe, comment. This was Vincent Cloud, and I'm out of here.